Dan Illman and Mike Beer, race number 4 at Gulfstream Park on Saturday is the $75,000 Smooth Air Stakes for 2-year-olds going a 1-turn mile on the main track. It's a nice card to bet with a DRF Bets account because when you sign up, you get a 300% deposit match at bets.drf.com. Let's meet this field of 2-year-olds hoping to progress as we begin the long road to the Florida Derby. Your morning line favorite is the number 5, Garter and Ty. And he's got all the fast races, whether it's time, form, or buyer.
Yeah, listen, if you go by speed figures, this is the horse to beat by a long way in this race. His last 3 races are a big improvement for him, and I thought he ran well basically in all of them. Even last time when he got blown out by Well Defined, this horse actually ran pretty well. They just had no chance to get to Well Defined in that spot, but he ran well, and now he gets a little bit of a cutback. I think he's the horse to beat.
I agree with you. I think he's the horse to beat. I like the cutback in distance. He finished ahead of a couple of next out winners when well beaten by Well Defined last time out, and this dam has been very, very productive. Yeah. Garter and Ty is one of 4 black type earners. Garter and Ty is very dangerous. It'll be interesting to see where he is placed in the early portion of this race. We have Time Form US to help give us a little bit of a clue about the pace situation. And they've got the number 7 out there, Super Jackpot on the lead. But Garter and Ty, I think trainer Ralph Nix would sign up for that position anytime.
Yeah, if he can draw it up that way and sit that trip, I think he'd be happy with that.
Sitting a little bit behind Garter and Ty is the number 2, Maddie's Last Dance. Now, while Garter and Ty is slightly cutting back in distance, Maddie's Last Dance will rout for the first time. Last time out, he was rallying at 6.5 furlongs. I thought that pace was kind of falling apart at the end of that race, and I look at this pedigree, I think it's a little bit more sprinty. The dam was a stakes winner at 7 furlongs.
I agree with that. The other thing that I just didn't really like about him is that in his last 2 races in particular, he started out his career racing cheaper, and he had speed in those races. In his last 2 starts, he hasn't really had any speed, so he's starting to look like a closing sprinter stretching out. I never really want those horses, especially if he's going to be that 4-1.
Is the 3 Unions Destiny the speed of the speed? Timeform US doesn't believe so, although in his most recent start, they had those pace fractions color-coded red. They thought it was a very fast pace that Unions Destiny was setting, and he went off and hid from that field. The problem was it was a hideous field. The horses that have come back, I don't think have exceeded a 20 on the buyer speed figure scale in their subsequent start.
It wasn't a good field at all. And then when you go back and you watch the replay, like he had speed early. The horse who was the odds-on favorite there, who finished 4th, took over from Union's Destiny on the turn and opened up like he was going to run away with the race. And then Union's Destiny came back for him. That horse completely stopped running, and Union's Destiny was clear at the end. I don't know, Dan. I wasn't blown away with this last race.
Here's a nice pedigree by Belmont winner Union Rags. The dam was a multiple stakes winner at 6 furlongs, but this horse has also been away for 4 months. You usually don't put sharp horses away without a reason. A horse that's going to need some pace up front's the number 4, Homeboy. And it seems Stanley Gold each and every year is one of these nice, honest 2-year-olds. They're not brilliant, they're not sexy, but they show up and they give a couple of nice, good performances, and they make some money. This horse passed some real tired ones at the end to finish 4th behind Well Defined, and in reality, he's going to have to improve from a fig standpoint, but we do have a positive yet limited formulator fact for Gold. Past 5 years, 2-year-olds on dirt, 2 to 4 month layoffs, 20% in a positive ROI.
Listen, Stanley Gold's a really good trainer. This horse, he just really has to improve. And the other thing that you worry about with a horse like him is he just doesn't have any speed at all. He's just going to get outrun early in this race, and we'll see if this race, maybe it'll fall apart for him and it'll come back to this horse, but he's just got to take a step forward.
He's a half to the 8-time stakes winner African Rose and the multiple grade 3 place sprinter Miwana Rose. A nice pedigree. Kentucky All-Star hasn't done anything wrong for Michael Maker. This is a Calumet Farm homebred. He's a half to a stakes winning turf runner named Ritzy AP, but while his 2 races have been pretty nice from a visual standpoint, they're just slow.
Yeah, he got no figures for those races, 56 and 58 on the way in. I think he ran okay in both of them. I don't know if you agree with this or not, Dan. I watched both of those races at Indiana. I feel like this horse wants to go longer, not shorter. They're going to cut him back a little bit in here in around 1 turn. But he just feels like in both those races, he's just staying on at the end of those races. I wonder how this turn back to the 1-turn mile is going to affect this horse.
Arrivadero, the number 6, is a half to Matt King Cole. You remember him? He was a pretty speedy horse that could carry his speed a distance of ground, a multiple stakes winner. And this horse handled the 7 furlongs last time out, but it was against Flora-bred maidens, and he's going to have to deal with a couple of other speeds and a pretty big hike in class.
Yeah, he's just taken on a lot in this race right off of his maiden win. But it's not, listen, it's not like it's the strongest race in the world. If he can improve again, he can get a piece of it at a price.
Let's take a look at our top selection for the Smooth Air Stakes. We're going to the outside. We're going with the 7, Super Jackpot, Live Oak Stud, homebred, 3/4 brother to Awesome Slew.
Yeah, listen, I don't love this horse, Dan, but I like him more than just about anything else in the field. And so we'll see. And I like that he's drawn outside, too. At least he showed a little speed last time. They debuted him in June. He didn't really show anything. He bobbled at the start and then showed basically nothing in that race. I like that they went back to the drawing board, gave him a little time, and they came back last time, showed a lot more speed in that race. I didn't think it was a great maiden win, but it was pretty good. I think if he can improve off of it, this is just the right spot for him.
He at least showed some guts. I mean, the favorite went by him at about the 16th pole, and he at least dug in, came back and won. As you mentioned, this outside post can be advantageous. It gives a rat a lot of options. If this horse breaks sharply, stretching out a quarter of a mile, he can go to the front. If the 6 or the 3 want to go, he can sit on the outside, and I don't see any reason why he can't succeed rating from just off the pace. Mike's going 7-5, 1-2. I'm going 7-5, 2-1 in the Smooth Air Stakes. Race number 4 at Gulfstream on Saturday. Make sure to sign up for a DRF Bets account at bets.drf.com and make sure you cash in on your 300% deposit match. Approximate post time for the Smooth Air, 1:16 Eastern. Good luck.